Started out alive, man, that was the play. Streaming every night, building up the sway. But as the sight faded, I had to find my way. Now I'm hopping platform, surfing through the fray. Got my crew behind me, yeah, we call them givers. Chillin' IRL, catching all the rivers. Farkle in the chat, bringing loss to the grind. Talking crypto games while we sipping Jack Fine. Chillin' IRL, catching all the time. Farkle in the chat, bringing loss to the grind. Living in the crypto games while we sipping Jack Fine. Chillin' IRL, catching all the time. The land down under, streaming through the night. New Zealand vibes, surfing waves day to night. Always looking for the next thrill, that's where I ignite. Community so solid, always shining bright. Rolling deep and cruising for the height. From the struggle to the stream, it's all just a game. But with the giver found, we're making our name. Jack and crypto profits, life just gets sweeter. Every view and every stream, making life a keeper. If the giver found, we're making our name. Jack and crypto profits, life just gets sweeter. Every view and every stream, making life a keeper. From the land down under, streaming through the night. Got my heart on my sleeve, everything feels right. So here's to the journey, no regrets in sight. Each laugh and each tear, it's a beautiful fight. Keep the wave rolling, let the good vibes flow. So we're the givers, together in the show. Gives a minute, yeah, we take our time. Keep the wave rolling, let the good vibes flow. Living in the moment, givers, together in the show. Streaming through the night. Got my heart on my sleeve, everything feels right. From the land down under, streaming through the night. Got my heart on my sleeve, everything feels right. From the land down under, streaming through the night. Flip the script, it's how we play a game. Printing out to the next time, chasing fame. With gear behind me, changing seas. So through the internet, living out the dream. Got my acoustic strum, curing and chill, far cracking jokes. Go stop the thrill, and then the king music we ride the waves. I love screams phone, no better days. They're behind me, chasing seas. Yeah, we take our time. Got my acoustic strum, curing and chill, far cracking jokes. Living in the moment, and life's subtle ways. I love screams phone, no better days. They're behind me, chasing seas. Yeah, we take our time. Got my acoustic strum, curing and chill, far cracking jokes. Living in the moment, and life's subtle ways. I love screams phone, no better days.
Hello, the internet. It is Saturday, the 8th of August, 2026, and welcome back to the channel. Can you believe? Oh no! Really? Beamstream. Oh my god. Is this what Beamstream's? Holy shit. First of all, that duplicating was my problem because for some reason Rumble decided to pop up without a mute tab. Awesome. And yeah, it was. Thank you for letting me know about that. This stream chat is awesome. Thank you, Beamstream. Beamstream, how about this? You update your system and you don't tell anybody that the chat is now not opaque. The new chat from Beam, it's got a black background. Unfortunately, it's right there. Good God. Is there a way to pop out an opaque background, chats? Please tell me there is. Thank you, Beamstream, for just doing that without saying anything about it. Appearance? Nope. Man, what a shit show. I don't know. I don't know what to do. Should we just... Good God. Why would they do this? Why would they default to this? Why? I don't know. Fuck me. Good God, Beam. Why would you do this? This isn't a good start. Message background. There it is. Colors. You fucking idiots. They did that by default. Now I got to pop it out again. I don't know where this is. You know what? Fuck. Deep breaths. Calm blue ocean. Appearance. Page background. Colors. Looks like it should be there, right? That's the message background. It's because they've got rid of the bubbles, man. They've changed the background of every message to be a rectangle the same width as the chat overlay. It used to be in bubbles, right? Why did they do that? Why would they do that? Beamstream, you suck. It used to be bubbles, man. Now it's this stupid full overlay. Why? Why? That'll do I mean, yeah, kind of. You know what? If we're all, you know what? Fuck it, Beam. Hey, suck this, Beam. If Beam's gonna do this, actually, that's fine. Of course, it won't be over here. That'll do like that for the time being. Fuck. Okay, so two things happened then. I began the stream, and for some reason, this is on my end, for some reason, Rumble decided to be a tab that wasn't muted, even though all tabs are muted. I don't know why Rumble popped up. But anyway, I fixed it. Nobody mentioned it except for Woz, so thank you for mentioning it, Woz. By the way, this chat here, this is how close I am to my own chat, and as soon as I get that up and running, I'll be great. I'll be happy to get rid of the Beam chat. Imagine just changing shit, and like, I don't know, if you're going to change something, I feel like there should be a very big, clear option to, oh, I don't like this, roll back to how it was temporarily until I get the one that's now new up and running how I like it. Because I just went live, as I've always done, and oh, okay, Beam changed their chat, did they? Okay, this is the new chat then. So it would be nice if they said, hey, by the way, we've changed it, and if you don't like it, you can just slide this toggle back, and then when you're not live, you can slide it back to the new one and tweak it for your own settings. Instead, they default. That's just a horrible user experience. But I tell you, the things that I've heard about Beam over the last, well, since pretty much for a little while now, Beam has been going downhill, I feel like. Yo, Duncan, how you doing, man? Greetings, Duncan, how you doing? Yeah, Beam has been steadily going downhill. It's kind of weird because it's sort of happened the moment they started charging you to use it. Before, when it was a free or a sponsored situation, I felt like it ran better. And now that it's a paid service, it just seems to be a lot worse. It's weird. Like I thought the money would help, but it seems like it's made it worse. So anyway, we've got past that, but yeah, so my apologies for the duplication of the song, rolling. And I appreciate you hanging around because today I do want to, actually, it's probably good that I'm in a bad mood because I do want to talk about this Starlink referral crap. And this is crap from Starlink. Actually, okay, how to begin this? We might as well just jump right in, right? Get right into the guts of it. So you know that I've been excited. By the way, we're going to do this in two parts, or there's going to be two segments to this. I'm going to deliver this as a long-form spiel, and then I'm going to try to do it quickly. It's going to be very difficult. I know it's going to be difficult, but I'm going to try to do it like super quick as a video that can stand alone. And that standalone video, I'll put a link to this live feed to the part where we talk about it in long form, so you can get hooked in via the little short or the shorter form video. And then if you want to go back and look at all the deets, you can go and click the link and watch the actual. But okay, so how to begin this? I've been promoting my Starlink referral link for the best part of the last 4 to 5 months. Now, the idea with that was that you buy a Starlink device, you get a link. The link is a referral. You give that link to your buddy. When they sign up, the second month after 30 days of use, they get credited with 1 free month's use. Pretty rad, right? So you pay by the month with Starlink. You're a new customer, like I was. You buy the device. You get this link. And you go, oh, what can I do with that? I'll give that out to my friends. They can get a month free as well. And the bonus is I also get a month free. So you bring in a new customer. Their second month is free. So they got to stay active. They got to stay signed up and active for the first month and the second month, 30 days and 30 days. The start of the next 30, the start of the 60th day, if you like, or the 31st day, through to the 60th, they get that credited as free, and you do as well. Now, what happened to a black screen? Comptech, that's at your end, dude. Fuck me. Unable to load stream preview on Valora. You're good on Kick. Okay, so just watch this on Kick. That's great. I mean, I just poo-pooed Beam, and now Valora, my chosen platform, is having a hissy fit. Can't even hear alerts. Watching on YouTube's fine. Yeah, this is a Valora thing. So at this stage, I would suggest you can trigger alerts on Valora still.
What a beautiful group of people you are. You are good. I wish I looked like you.
Alerts are still working, but if you want to watch it without any issues, I'd say watch on YouTube or on Kick at this stage. That's a shame. But anyway, so this is going to be cumbersome, so please bear with me. I want to get through this. It's important. I got to stay focused here. I got to stay on track. So you get this referral link, you pump it out, and then you start seeing in your Starlink portal every time you make a referral. Now, the thing is, this number of referrals goes up, but you don't see, you see two numbers. You know what? I'm just going to show it to you. Let's go over here. Here is literally, let's zoom right in here. This is literally my Starlink account. So we zoom in here, we go down to, where do we go to my account? Go down to referrals. See this number here? Users referred, 44 users referred. Months of service credit rewarded, 31. Now, at the beginning of this referral process, I said I wanted to get 12 months. So 1 year of service. We can do a year of IRL streaming and it's all paid for, which I thought was wonderful. You know, I just wanted 12 months. This thing kept popping up, 12, 13, 14, 24. That's 2 years of service. At the point of this issue, let's say, it was at 29. It's now gone up in the last 2 days to 31. But I do want to talk explicitly about these two numbers. So this says I've referred 44 people to Starlink. This says of those 44, 31 of them are valid and you receive 31 months of service credit. Now that's no kick in the teeth. Each month you pay 210 Australian dollars. It's gone up from 195 for the Roam Unlimited package to 210 Australian. So that is quite a substantial saving. 31 months by 210, you're looking at close to $6,000 there, right? 5 to 6 grand if you added it all up. The spoiler here is of those 31, and I'm going to say 29 because it was 29 when this kicked off. Of those 29, Starlink only gave me 2. They only credited 2 of them. And the reason they said, 2 different reasons first came up. The first, 2 reasons tied together to disqualify me. The first reason, apparently, now this has been debunked, but apparently because I bought my hardware, the Starlink Mini, because I bought that from a retail store, not online, therefore I'm not qualified to refer anyone. Initially, I kicked up a fuss about that and thought that doesn't sound right. That doesn't sound fair. Why should it matter where I bought your product? As long as I bought it new. I mean, if you bought it secondhand off Facebook Marketplace, I could sort of see. But I bought it brand new. I don't understand that, right? I don't understand that. The second reason was because apparently all of my referrals, except for 2, came from a country other than my country, other than Australia. I live in Australia. I bought my Starlink dish in Australia. Apparently, the referrals that you make to the platform have to also be in the same country. This is geofenced, even though it is satellite global internet. I literally have the Roam package. You can use it anywhere on the planet. For some reason, Starlink have decided in their infinite wisdom to geofence this down, and no, you only refer users in your country. We are racist. It's your country and none others. Now you might say, well, hold on a second, man. How do you know where referrals come from? How do I know how do I know who uses my code? I don't know, right? So this number here, users referred 44, to me reads like that is all of them. That's all the users that have clicked on your code and said, yeah, I need Starlink. I wouldn't mind a free month. Cool, man. I'll use this dude from Australia's code. Sure. But of those 44, somehow 31 of them went ahead and kept their service active for the 2 months. I'm assuming that's what that means. But then even further to that, according to Starlink, of those 29, I know it says 31, of those 29, only 2 of them were from Australia. Now, of course, I've asked them to, verify that. Can we get some clarification on that? I'd like to see those numbers. I'd like to see proof of it. I said, you can redact names, of course, but prove to me that, because I find it preposterous that out of 44 people that came on using my code, and out of the 29 that stayed active for the 2 months, only 2 of them were from Australia. I find that ridiculous. But either way, hey, Dougski followed over on D Live. That's an old D Live alert on Valora. Melbourne Doug, you must have created a new account. Nice, man. So the problem here obviously is too big. The problem here, this verbiage here, months of service credit rewarded. Read that again slow. Months of service credit rewarded. Months of service credit rewarded, 31. Now, in any language, what does that tell you? It tells you the months of service credit that you've been rewarded is 31. The months of service credit that you've been rewarded totals 31. That's how I'd read that. If I read that in English, which I do because that is my first language, I understand that to mean 31 months of service credit have been rewarded to my account. The sad thing is, it doesn't mean that. It actually means we, Starlink, haven't actually checked anything yet. And when we do check, we're not even going to tell you how many months you get. We're just going to give it to you at a random time and a random amount, and we're not going to verify it with you if you ask us politely. We're not going to give you the information. We're just going to tell you, in this case, only 2 of them were from Australia. So I feel like this is when the word scam comes out, right? This does feel scammy because if I've already referred 44 new customers to the service, right? 44 people have come on because of me. And of those 44, this arbitrary number 31, again, it was 29 when this saga started, this number is the number that they're saying those are the people that met the requirements, kept their thing active for the 60 days, the 2 months, right? Those are those guys. But then there's a third arbitrary number that they don't actually tell you. Oh, and only 2 of them were from Australia. I just find that. So Starlink are still getting 31 active accounts running on their platform thanks to my referral, and I'm not getting 31 months of service credit awarded, even though they've said I am? Like, if you took this far, which I'm not going to because I'm not made of cash, but I reckon if you went to court over that, I reckon I'd win because of English. It literally says months of service credit rewarded. If it was the other way around and it said, months of payments outstanding, do you think I could get out of that by saying, oh, that doesn't actually mean that? Those words don't actually mean that's how much I owe. That means I've got to investigate further and find out whatever. This is English. Are we not English? I mean, they've geotagged my referral to Australia. Last I checked, English is our first language down under. This means they've awarded me 31 months of service, but they didn't. They arbitrarily picked out 2 months and said, you can have 2. And so what did I do? Of course, I started up a chat with them. Again, the numbers were different. Missing referral credits for 42 referrals, expecting 29 months. I opened up a ticket, and there's a bit of a Yahoo to get away from the AI to get to an actual person. Okay, so this is where it's going to get a little detailed, and I'm going to skip over some details because it's irrelevant. But this conversation has been ongoing for a week and a half now, and the way it ends is golden. I think it's just, I love how this chat ends. Spoiler alert. By the way, I'm not going to look at chat just for the time being, but spoiler alert. During the course of the discussion, I did get another, like overnight, 2 more referrals came in, and apparently one of them's valid, but it's just funny how it gets to that. Like, I just wait till we get down to the bottom of this. But okay, so look, Starlink support said, could you please provide, this is the chat bot. So once we got to a person, I said, I referred 42 users and expect 29 months of service credit, but I do not see it applied anywhere in my billing. Because the way this popped up was that I just noticed that I got a deduction on my bank statement. I'm like, what? I'm paying for Starlink? I've got 1,000 months up my sleeve. Why am I paying for it? And I see it $210 minus in my account. I'm like, so I go and look back, and sure enough, as long as this referral thing's been going and I've been apparently getting months of credit, that hasn't been given. I've just been paying for Starlink the whole time without even knowing it. And you might say, well, why don't you look at your account more? I don't look at my bank account because it depresses me. But in this case, when I saw that, I almost fell over. So here is the screenshots of when it was 29 and 42, just to prove that. That's what it looks like in your app. 40, what did that say? 42 users referred and 29 months of service credit. It says it right there. Months of service awarded, right? I mean, like I said, are we arguing English here? I don't want to argue English because English is always English, right? It always is English. There's no chance to get it wrong. It's either English or it's not. By the way, are we off on Valora? I think we're off on Valora.
I just farted.
No. The verbiage is clear, Comtech. Totally. So this person, Mike, came up and said, "Hey, Benon, thanks for speaking with us on the phone earlier," which I didn't, by the way. I don't know where I did not ring. I did not speak to anybody on the phone. They've tried to ring me at all hours of the night. I do not answer. I'm not answering a phone call at like 1 a.m. because of time zones. But I did not speak to anybody. But that's kind of strange. Thank you for speaking with us on the phone. I did not. So they're now saying your account shows two $195 credits applied in April and May of this year. So what they're talking about there is, of those 29, 2 of them were valid back before they upped their price increase. It used to be $195 a month, went up to $210. So those 2 months apparently were credited. I didn't even see that. I didn't even see that because I was kind of busy and I was focusing on this road trip, which is why we have this Starlink to do this live stream stuff. And so I just, back in April, May, whenever that was, I didn't notice it. But apparently, of those 29, 2 of them were from Australia. And 2 of them came through quite early in the piece, because then there's an absolute gigantic gap, right? From April, May, even though my referral link's still being pumped out and being used. I've got this I put it in every YouTube description. I've made videos. I've put it on social media. I even put it in chatbot AI agents. I said, "Do you have a Starlink referral?" "No." And I said, "Oh, well, hey, take a look at this. I've got a video." And I linked them. I did it in all of them. Copilot, GPT, Claude. I did it in, what's the other one? Anyway, I did it in all of them, right? I pumped it in there. So my referral's being used. But there's a huge gap from April, May, where no one apparently used it until 2 nights ago when 2 people used it. And what I mean is people have been using it, but only one person's been from Australia. I find that extremely unlikely. Either way, we scroll down. I said, here is a referral. This gets crazy because look at this. This person reassigned my ticket to the billing. By the way, I'll go through this quick, but if you want to screen capture it, you can later on. This person's called Kush, by the way. What a cool name. Following up, blah, 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 blah. In review, this will throw you right out for a 6. This is another person called China. In review, I confirmed the referral link you have. However, credits were not do you think they have a basic spell check back at Starlink there? We're talking about rockets and shit, man. They can't spell credit. Okay. Credits.
It was so simple.
Apparently it was so simple, not so simple. Apparently credits were not applied due to referral restrictions. Your account shows the original purchase made from a retail store as opposed to the Starlink website directly. And then many of your referrals were made to customers outside your country. This person, China, the way that this has been worded, this is since then been proven to be incorrect. But what it's saying here is that because I bought my Starlink from a retail store, I don't actually have the right to use a referral. That's the way that's worded. It's actually incorrect. And we don't need to read all this, but here's my complete baffledness at that. Like, what are you talking about? And by the way, she said, this here, as a one-time courtesy, you were granted 2 referrals, which have been consumed on April and May. So apparently, a courtesy, those 2, they weren't even valid themselves. So what she's saying, or he's saying at this point, when it was 42 and 29, none of them were valid. None of the 42 people and 29 months was actually valid. And they gave me 2 as a courtesy. A courtesy. Thank you. Out of 42 people I brought to the platform, you gave me the courtesy of giving 2 of them because the rest of them were invalid. Again, how can this be globally geotagged when we're talking about satellite fucking internet? Make that make sense. It doesn't. So I was baffled. The other one here asked me to this person here, Duncan, maybe the retail store is in fact directly opposed to Starlink in some manner. Maybe. This person said, to escalate for full verification by our referral teams, please reply with your unique referral code, no worries, names, emails, and account numbers of the 42 referees. Are you kidding me? How the fuck would I know who used my code? And he wanted the email addresses, their names, their accounts of all 42. And then he wanted proof, which is confirmation emails, which Starlink send out. They send them out every time someone uses my account. They send that out. Confirmation that they bought directly from Starlink.com, not a reseller. How, what are you talking about, dude? Who was this again? This was Kush, right? No, this is Mike. This goes right back to the start. Mike wanted me to give him information that obviously there's no way I could ever have, right? So I don't know what they're doing over there at Starlink. At one point, they're putting rockets up there into the space. The next minute, they're asking for these emails. It's crazy. So what happens to the people who used your referral? Did only 2 of them get credits? Great question was, here's the thing. No one has reached out to me, and I'm very open on the internet, right? I'm very contactable. I've not had anybody of those 42 people come to me and say, hey, your code doesn't work. Not once. Not one person. I got YouTube, I got Twitter, live streaming, Facebook. I'm everywhere. If you need, I got a LinkedIn with all my shit there. You can find me easily. No one has come to me and said your referral doesn't work. Not one. So my thing here is my referral works. 42 people have used it. Of those 42, 29 went through to the 2-month period. And at that point, Starlink went, we can't give this guy 29 months worth. That's $6,000. Fuck that. We'll just give him 2. We'll just give him 2 and say that they're not valid. It will invalidate them, even though they're already customers. Crazy. Let's keep reading down because it does get funnier. So we'll skip past, because once someone does come in and clarify that it's not the I didn't have to. Someone came in and clarified that it's not me that has to buy from the retail store. Sorry, it's not me that has to buy online. It's the referee. So I'm okay to generate a code from a Starlink device I bought from a retail store. They got that wrong, so wrong. That's not a thing, right? But it took quite a while to get that out of them. The other thing is, if you buy a Starlink dish from JB Hi-Fi and try to use a referral, it's not going to work. You have to buy it online. That's what they were trying to say, but didn't quite get there. And so then I told them I'm making a YouTube video about this, which is this very video, but I did do a preview of this the other week where we sort of talked about it very candidly and very quickly. That was just a teaser of that. So I thought I wanted to get their official response. And then comes Mahannad. He understands the frustration. I'll personally look into this further to confirm the final position. We're actively working on your case. Okay. So then he came back and said, we're escalating it. Cool. It's been 2 days, no update. Here's a preview. I sent him that link again. And so then Eric jumps in. So Mahannad gave up. Mahannad said, sorry, dude, I'm over it. So Eric comes in. Yo, Eric, how you doing? Eric says, hello, Benon. Thank you for reaching out again for your patience. After reviewing your account, the 2 referral credits that were applied came from Australian accounts. So now they're actually valid. Before, China had said that it was a courtesy. Do you remember? China said, or was it Kush? China said, as a one-time courtesy, you were granted 2 referrals as a one-time courtesy. And then Eric comes in and blows China's cover and says, after reviewing the account, 2 referral credits that were applied came from Australian accounts. They remained active for the least 30 days, so they're valid. So what is it? Are they courtesies or are they real? That's why I feel maybe their name on the account was Mr. Curtis E. That's pretty cool. This is why I said the scam word before. This is why I feel like this is a scam, because no one at Starlink even knows what they're doing. And it seems like all the information's mixed up and confused. At one point, they're saying, no, we gave that to that guy as a courtesy because he has brought in 42 users to our service. So we'll give him a little kickback. We'll give him two. Two's better than one. It's a fair shy crack less than 42, but it's better than none. So we'll give him those. And then Eric comes in and goes, no, those ones were valid. They don't even know what they're doing. They're the ones that have the information, but they don't know how to, bring it. They don't know how to give it. They're not presenting the information correctly. Again, back to the English language, 42 months of service credit have been awarded until they haven't because they weren't. So what is it? Like, that's so fucking confusing. And then he goes on to say, as for the rest of the referred customers, they were not from Australia or did not meet the 30-day active requirement. Imagine having this number here. Imagine saying 44 referred, 31 months of service credit awarded, but none of those dudes were valid. So what? Like, I understand a little coding, right? I'm vibe coding my own overlay chat for this very stream. And I understand, if thens and exclusions and, not debugging, deduping, like if this, then that. Why can't Starlink not present anything until it's valid? Would that be so difficult? Why are there two numbers? You've referred 44 users. Only 31 of them were valid, and by the way, they're not even valid, so when we find that number out, we'll just not tell you and it'll just happen. You just won't know. Why not just have one number? Why not just have a number that comes in and goes, hey, this person signed up, they're active. Great. And you know what? You get a discount. There it is. Credit, done. Easy. Easy. Why are they making it difficult? It seems way more difficult to present these two strange numbers that don't actually mean, because I'll be honest, I don't give a flying fuck how many users I refer. The only number I care about is how many months of service credit I'm being awarded. To be fair, to be frank about it, I don't care about Starlink's profitability. I'm kind of chuffed that I brought in 44 users in 2 to 3 months or whatever it was, April, May, June, July, or in 5 months. I'm pretty chuffed that I'm a nobody, right? But I managed to bring in 44 users. That's kind of cool. But I don't actually care for that number. The number I care about, and my goal was to get to 12 months. The number is to go live streaming, driving around Australia with Starlink. And by the way, thank you so much. Using my referral, we'll get a full year of service. We'll be able to do heaps of streaming. That's the only thing I care about. Doesn't make any sense. Like these two numbers are just confusing the absolute crap out of things. It's got to be valid on both ends. I feel like this number, 44, is valid. I feel like this number is valid, 31. I just feel like Starlink are lying about it. I feel like they're just lying. Just lying. And I said, you can send me all of the list of people and just redact their names. Just give me at least something. Like they could have just made it up too. Like I said, I'm not going to, but if somebody sued Starlink, because there's got to be other users that have potentially the same or more, right? Maybe more. Maybe there's users out there that have a lot more referrals and maybe they're not getting them. So class action lawsuit, I'm down for that, but I'm not paying for it. Let me be clear about that. Per the referral program terms, referees must be located in the same country as you, Australia. Thanks for reminding me where I live, and stay active for a minimum of 30 days. So we know this. Important, people who sign up using your referral code but are from other countries do not qualify you to receive any credit. That's very interesting wording. People who sign up using your referral code but are from other countries do not qualify you to receive any credit. So what they're saying in that's a very clear English spoken sentence. That means they still get the month free, but you don't. That's what that says, right? There's no way you can read that sentence and get anything else from it. Read it again. Important. People who sign up using your referral code but are from other countries do not qualify you to receive any credit. So the person who uses my code gets the credit, Starlink gets the customer, and I get diddly squat. Thank you, Starlink. Thank you so much. I'm happy to have brought you 42 customers. Very kind of me. Awesome. Price increase as well, huh? 195 to 210 during that period. Starlink, you got something going here, haven't you? Great internet, great service, and also scammy. It's scamming, right? This is a scam. This is why I said, is this a scam? I'm assessing this is a scam. Just what you don't get, exactly. Eric, you are now contradicting yourself. Earlier in the chain of messages, you guys claimed my referral link is invalid. So this is when I brought up the retail store. And so we go through, and you can, I don't need to read all this to you, but if you want to pause it and take a screenshot, you can read all that. But basically, I'm just saying, let's be honest about this. What's actually happening here? Eric comes back, the 2 referral credits that applied came from Australian accounts that use the referral code, so they're valid, blah, 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 blah. Here we go, important people. So he basically repeated himself again. Now, the referral section in your account portal, this thing right here, the referral section in your account portal displays all referrals made, including ineligible ones. Why? I don't know, but they put them in there. Which is why the numbers shown there do not match the credits that can actually be applied. So why fucking bother displaying any of this shit? If this number doesn't match anything, why bother saying it? And this is where you're going to come unstuck. Months of service credit rewarded. Literally says months of service credit rewarded. That should be in my account as credit, right? That's what that's literally saying. I reckon I've got Starlink on a technicality right there with those words. But like I said, 2 irrelevant numbers. You said relevant numbers? Read that again. The referral section in your account portal displays all referrals made, including ineligible ones, which is why the numbers shown there do not match the credits that can actually be applied. So basically they're just saying, we just put a number in there and it doesn't mean anything. That number, don't even bother looking at it. It doesn't mean anything. And also we're going to put rockets on the moon soon. That number doesn't mean anything though. Ignore it. Ignore that number. Then they said, we can't give you any details due to privacy. Cool, no worries. We appreciate you being a Starlink customer. No shit you do. 42 customers. I'm not even selling anything and I brought you in 42 customers and you give me a courtesy of 2 service months rewarded. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So then I said, are you clarifying that my referral code is valid? I just wanted to make sure that was for real. We wanted to call you back. Eric's going to call me. I never answer. I don't take a call. This is where he clarifies though. Eric says, as a referrer, even if you purchase the kit via retail, you can still refer people. So that first person, China, was incorrect, which doesn't surprise me. Well, actually, it should surprise me because, like I said, we're putting rockets on the moon and going to Mars. Maybe they'll be like, what happened to that rocket that went to Mars? It landed on Venus? Oh, don't worry about it. It's still a planet. We still got to a planet. We got the wrong one. These numbers don't mean anything. I'm making a joke because this is Starlink, right? You would think a company of this nature would have this shit down. Numbers, right? The basis of all stuff that I don't understand, like rocket science. That's numbers, right? And these guys having trouble here with the basis of numbers. The very, like 2-digit numbers, not even big numbers. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. I said, I'll be reporting on this on my video. I want to make sure I have it 100% correct. Of the 42 people who used my code, only 29 of them held their account for over 30 days, and none of them were in Australia, so therefore none of them are actually valid. Despite my account saying 42 referred and 29 months of service applied, this actually doesn't mean 42 referred, nor does it mean 29 months of service applied. It actually doesn't mean anything. My referral is valid despite me purchasing. Yeah, of course. As long as I have all this information correct, so I want it to be clear, right? So then another person jumps in. This guy's called Royce. Hey, Roycey. Thanks for bringing this to our attention. No shit. No worries. Okay, so he's just come on to confirm your app shows 29 months awarded based on all referrals tracked, but this doesn't account for disqualifications like out of country or early. You know what this is? This is, they're using the VAR, right? They're stopping the game and they're using VAR and they're saying, actually, despite having awarded you that goal, that foot or that arm was not in the normal motion and therefore that handball stands and that goal is not a goal. That's what they're saying over and over again. Okay. So at this point, this is interesting. At this point, I appreciate you bringing this to our attention, and I have issued a 3-month service credit to your account for the inconvenience. So at that point, Starlink were like, maybe this dickhead from Australia has got a point, right? Maybe the number should actually be the number, and maybe the English should mean what the English means. Maybe he's got something there. Just maybe there's a point to him here. So what we should do, we'll give him 3 months credit. We've already given him 2, which wasn't actually credit, or it wasn't a courtesy. It was actually legit, but we said it was a courtesy. So we'll give him 3 more. That gives him 5 in totes. That should shut this fuckwit up, right? 5 months should be good, right? We'll give him 3. We'll give him 3. We'll call it 3. I don't know where they picked that number from. We'll give him 3 months. So they did. I say, while I appreciate the 3 months service credit, can you also provide the details of the 29 referrals? You can redact names, but I'd like to verify how only 2 of them qualified. Then I asked about where the successful referrals were included. I said, this whole situation seems like it could be avoided if the validity from a referral was verified before Starlink sends the generic email saying a month of service credit has been applied. When I see 29 months of service credit rewarded, I understand that English to mean 29 months of service credit have been rewarded. However, for it to be taken away later with 0 indication of why seems counterintuitive, especially for a company who is putting satellites into space. I didn't even go with the rockets to the moon on that point. Just an ordinary satellite, that seems pretty... Anyone could do that. I could launch a satellite from here and get it into space, right? I still plan on making my video, blah, 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 blah. I also said not one single person who used my referral has contacted me to tell me it didn't work. I pumped that referral all over YouTube and social media. I appreciate the 3 months of service credit. However, the correct action for Starlink here is to credit the entire 29 months and never send a message about service credit unless the referral is validated successful at your end first. Royce comes back. Due to privacy reasons, we're unable to share. Here is the referral credits from the other time and I checked those out. They do exist. They're all there. It's all good. The 3 months of courtesy credit is now active on your account. Now this does get interesting. I'll just wait till this happens. I said I can see that you're not going to honor the 29. Can you at least provide your math for the 3 months of service credit you've applied? Last I checked, 210, which is the month use, by 3 equals 630. Not sure how you get 572 because that's the amount that came into my account. I said, I'm not sure how you get that, but then again, I'm not sure you guys know what's going on over there, given this clunky, overly cumbersome referral program that gives and takes willy-nilly. Can you also verify my referral code is indeed valid? And I gave it to him, as I still find it hard to believe 20 out of 29, only 2 have been from Australia. And then Royce gave out. He was like, I'm fucking sick of this guy. So in comes Gabrielle. Oh, Gabrielle. The sun is beating in my eye. Gabrielle. I'll love you to the day I die. If you know the lyric, you'll know it. But if you don't, bad luck. Hello, Benon. Thank you for contacting with Starlink support. Maybe English isn't their language there of choice. I wanted to let you know I'll be calling you back. No worries. I didn't answer it. I do not answer calls, especially when I'm driving. She said, apologies. Well, it could be a he, Gabrielle. I'm just assuming, but that's not correct. I shouldn't. I'll redact that. Gabrielle, they said, blah, 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 blah. You are correct. Your monthly billing cycle totals 210. I've corrected the credit and should accurately reflect a 630 service credit. Your referral code is valid. However, as previously communicated, the accounts referred were either prematurely cancelled, created an account outside of Australia, transferred or made a retail purchase. Each of those disqualifies both accounts from a credit, as this all falls under our referrals FAQ. Of course, at that point, Starlink still retains a customer and the customer gets the credits. I just don't. Is this the right time to do that to Starlink? To take the customer, to give them the credits, but not the one bringing the customer in? That's a good day's work you've done there, GivesAMinute. We'll take it. We'll take the work. See you later. And because you're making a video, we'll give you 3 months. We'll give you 3 to shut you up. Give me the 29 and never send me another message. Then I'll be happy. Then they almost closed the ticket. So I said, and this is weird. The timing here. I don't know if you've been looking at the dates and such, but from there to there, overnight, I received another email from you and my months of credit jumped to 31. So it went from 29 to 31. So overnight, I get one email, not 2 emails, one email saying you've referred someone. And I'm like, oh, cool. I go to my portal and I see that it's gone up from 42 to 44 referrals and up from 29 months to 31 months. So I say, the obvious question is, of those 2 extra months, are either of them valid? And why has the number jumped by 2, but I only received 1 email? Here's the email. You help someone save on Starlink. Great news. Someone you referred just signed up for Starlink. Every time you refer someone and they activate, you earn 1 month of free service. It's literally in English right there in your face, Starlink. Your free month of service will be applied to your account 30 days after they activate their service. Keep an eye on your referral stats in your account page or Starlink app. So at this point, I haven't helped anyone save on Starlink. They've just signed up. They haven't saved yet, even though it kind of says they have, but they haven't. So then, why did this jump up overnight? Starlink users referred 44, months of service credit rewarded 31. 1 email and I get another 2 months of service credit awarded? You should create a new account to test if Aussie customers work. Oh man, it's an interesting test you got. Interesting idea was. And then this person, Gabrielle, didn't last too long. So in comes Darius. Darius. Hi, Benon. Thanks for reaching out. I'm only seeing 1 email was sent on our side, which indicates the correct message was sent. Okay, only 1, but yet 2? So 1 doesn't equal 1 at Starlink. 1 equals 2. 1 equals 2. Okay, if you say so. I mean, I only got 1 email, but I got 2 extra. Okay, whatever. I'm a little bit over the questioning because in my knowledge of English, which is pretty succinct, given I'm 50 years of age, I always thought 1 meant 1 and 2 meant 2. Apparently not. Reckless Ben, this shit. Reckless Ben. Yo, Ben. Reckless of the reckless kind. My name's Ben On. Do you want to get on this with me? It'd be Ben and Ben On. We could take Starlink to the moon, man. He's not interested in this shit. There's nothing in this, you know. Well, you know what? There is something in this if there are more people than me, because I'm just one user, right? I mean, I managed to acquire 42 referrals and 29 months in 5 months of using the code. There must be other people out there. This can't be isolated to me. This has to pop off with other people and probably higher numbers too. And I wonder how many Starlink, how much customers are Starlink getting from these referrals? And someone needs to do the math there, right? And you only get that if you do sue and you dispose them. They've got to give that would be really cool to see, right? You get them to dispose and you have to go through all of the accounts and everything and it's legal. I would love to see that verification. So he's just clarified, when a referee uses your link, you'll receive a notice, but the reward section will only increase once they've activated the services, which can be any time after they've activated. whether that's an immediate activation or an activation a few months after registering. Okay, just word this out to yourself. Use English. Just think about all the English you've learned as a child at school. The rewarded section will only increase once they've activated the services, which can be any time after they've activated. Yes, that's what that does mean. Once they've activated, they've activated. I get that. I understand that. Do you? Do you understand that? Whether that's an immediate activation or an activation a few months after registering, it's not directly tied to when they receive the sign-up email. So what he's saying there is, of those 2 that came in overnight, potentially this number went up by 2 could be a coincidence. This number going up by 2 is irrelevant to this number going up by 2. Users referred went up by 2. Months of service credit rewarded, which we know doesn't actually mean that, went up by 2 as well. But according to Darius, that may have happened because the person activated after they signed up, maybe a month after. Just a coincidence that it happened overnight during this saga. Nothing weird about that. So what have we learned here from Starlink? 1 does not equal 1. English does not equal English. And we choose to do whatever we want without having to prove it to you. We'll take the customer, we'll use the customer, and we won't thank you. And when we feel like it, we'll just give you there's a little something, a drip feed. First of all, we'll give you these 2, then we'll say that they're a courtesy, but then we'll actually say, no, they weren't a courtesy. Those 2 were actually valid. But then later on, we'll give you 3 more courtesy. I wonder if those 3 were actually valid. If so, that's 5 of the 29. Can we just keep going down and checking whether they are actually valid, or are you going to keep lying about it? Send this to the ombudsman. I couldn't get. Hey, look. Here's the thing. I appreciate you saying that. Who's on first? Yeah. The front fell off. This whole saga. It means it's not. I'm not going to do anything more than this video with this. I mean, I'm not going to waste my time fighting rocket ships, right? I don't have the money, the wherewithal. I think this is horrible from Starlink, and this just opens up someone to do better than them. I know that there's competitors. I know that Amazon's got their dish coming and blah, blah, blah. The customer service side of it, or at least the referral side of it, needs to be done much, much, much better than this. This isn't even a good first attempt. This is a horrible first attempt. And I think there is an option for Starlink to do better, to learn from this and to fix it and do better. They should honor the 29. They should. This is in an ideal world. This is what they'd do. They'd say, "Hey, man, we get this. This is horrible for you. Horrible for any. I can't imagine other referrers with this. Like, this is a bad system. Okay, what we're going to do? We're going to scrap your referral code. So from X day, from today, that referral code will no longer be valid. Right? We'll just scrap it. So that means the stuff that you pumped out in the socials and the videos and in the thumbnails and descriptions, that's not going to work anymore. Okay, cool. We'll scrap that. We'll give you a fresh code. From now on, the code will only work when someone activates it within Australia. That's the rules, right? We'll do that. You won't get a notification until that happens. So there'll be no argy-bargy. There'll be no expectations. There'll be no confusion. It'll just be when someone qualifies and activates, you'll get the month, and it won't even, it'll just say the number, it'll just say the amount, $210 to your account, done. And that way, you don't have to go back in and chase shit. It just happens. That's what they should do. In addition to that, because of all this faffing around, they should credit those 29, 31. They should credit those 31 months and say, we fucked this up. 31 months, done, dude. From now on, get a new referral code and we'll go from there. That's what they should do. That's not what they will do, but that's what they should do. Comtech, did the frequently asked questions or terms specify the need for in-country use? Yes, I should have said that. That is in their terms for sure. For sure, it 100% is in their terms. So there's no questioning that their terms of service or the conditions do indicate what they've said here. I'm not arguing that. Now, I will say clearly, I didn't read them. Who does? You know, these long pages, no one reads them, right? But when it's pointed out that that's part of it, I'm like, okay, I accept that. I understand that. What I don't understand is how you can say you've already given me the credit when you haven't. That's where the argument, in my mind, the argument lies with the wording and the email or the portal updating and the verbiage that says months of service credit awarded or rewarded. That's where my issue lies. And I feel like that is strong enough to take them to court and win. Again, not going to do that, but if it came down to it, I feel like that would win because we all understand English. We all understand what English is. Bad numbers, misleading credits. Yep. And then at a secondary level, what should be done is Starlink should reassess why there's this Australia, like this geotagging thing. We're literally like it's so crazy that for a company that provides, like I'm on the Roam Unlimited plan, right? You can use this in any country. Like this, the point of this device is to get internet wherever you are globally. So of all the companies to geotag your referral to the country you bought it in, it makes the least amount of sense. It's like saying, I bought a fishing rod, but you can only use it in salt water. But I live inland and I go fishing in lakes. You can't. It's a salt water only. Like, what? That's not a great example, but you know what I'm saying? Like, of all the companies to say only in the country that you bought it in, it's like, but I bought a roaming satellite internet. The satellites above us don't give a fuck what country we're in. They're roaming around is this proof of flat Earth? Not really. Could be though. You know what I'm saying though. So then I said, but both users referred and months of service awarded has gone up by 2 from 42 to 44, 29 to 31 respectively. So why only one email? And you didn't confirm whether those 2 months of service awarded are valid or not. So I wanted to know, right? I wanted to know whether those 2 ones that came in overnight were valid or invalid. Daria says, looks like you received that email because one of your referrals just became eligible. What a coincidence! One of them. This aligns with the credit you received on August 5. You'll get another email like that if or when another user becomes eligible and meets the program requirement. It's just so fucking clunky, right? I said, no, the credit on August 5th was triggered by this very chat. Scroll up and read. You still haven't confirmed if the 2 that changed it from 29 to 31 are valid or not. Daria says the 200, and by the way, I've got to show you my account here because this does get pretty funky. Here is the applicable sections. Available credits, $630 applicable to anything, and then $210 applicable to service. So that there would be the one that came in overnight. And I guess the clearest indicator of that is that you can only use it for the service. Whereas this $630 was the courtesy and I can use it on anything. You know, if I wanted to buy a new dish or something, I could use it. But this is directly related to the service that I'm running. So what happens if you click on the information? Credits have 3 types, generic, service, or hardware. Credits are automatically applied to the next bill. Yeah. So that's just clarifying. Yeah. Fair enough. So either way, let's get back down a little too big. I said, but are you saying, but you are saying one of the 2 that came in overnight is valid, right? And this guy, wait, when did Darius dump out? Darius dumped out. We now have Justian. Justian. Hi, Ben. No. So I asked him clearly, but you are saying one of the 2 is valid because it has, like, at this point, if I get the email and if I get the users referred goes up by 2 and I get the months of service credit goes up by 2 and I get the credit in my account, at that point, one of them's valid, right? But he says no. What the fuck, man? I say, but one of the 2 that came in overnight is valid. He says no. Neither of the 2 that moved the counter from 29 to 31 is a new valid credit. The fuck are you talking about, man? The dashboard counts every use of your link, including ones that do not qualify. But this is credit that came in overnight. What is going on at Starlink, man? What is going on? So, and by the way, I shouldn't complain too loud here because this is money that they've given me, right? So this is credit. I should shut the hell up here. But it doesn't make any sense. It's one thing to not make sense when it's against you, but it doesn't make sense in this instance, and it's for me. It's benefiting me, but it still doesn't make sense. So in the interest of being, having integrity, I'm questioning whether this is valid and if they've got to take it away from me. Not that I want that, but at least it would prove that you guys are so screwed up. You've now screwed up and given me credit when it's not due. Rocket on the moon? Do you want to go in that rocket now? Do you want to fly in that rocket? I don't. I wouldn't be in that fucking rocket. I said, but both users referred and months of service have gone up by 2. So why only 1 email? Looks like you received the email because of your... sorry, I've zoomed in again. My bad. It went up. Justian. Hello, Benon. The additional 210 is legitimate referral credit from one newly qualified Australian referral. Same country, purchased directly on Starlink. Active for 30 plus days. It applied automatically and is completely separate from the 630 courtesy credit. Yes, understood that. The dashboard counter rose by 2 because it still counts every use of your link, including ones that do not qualify. Only the single eligible referral produced the 210 credit with the email. So he's saying very clearly, fuck man, this just gets worse. He's saying that the email has been triggered because this is valid. Read it again. The dashboard counter rose by 2 because it still counts every use of your link. So this is irrelevant to the 210. This is just a coincidence again, including ones that do not qualify. Only the single eligible referral produced the 210 credit and the email. So the email was triggered because the person was valid. Now, do I have to go back to the email where it says... The email says, great news, someone you referred just signed up for Starlink. Every time you refer someone and they activate, you earn 1 month of free service. But your free month of service will be applied to your account 30 days after they activate their service. So this email is only triggered when someone actually becomes a valid referral. Yet, I should do this for the sake of the proof of this shit. Look, this is important, right? This is very important. If I've got this bit right, then I've got Starlink on a hook right here. Just wait for this, okay? Let me be super clear. If what Justian is saying, that the email only triggers when the referee is valid and therefore the 210 gets into my account. That's what he's saying, right? Did I get that right? I want to be... you're here, and CompTech? Did I get... And Doug, if you're still here, and Duncan, Netskis as well. Did I get that right? I want to make certain of this, because this next thing I'll show you will blow your tits right off your head. If I've got that right, which it looks like I have. Let's read it again just quickly. Great news. Someone you referred just signed up for Starlink. Every time you refer someone and they activate, you earn 1 month of free service. Your free month of service will be applied to your account 30 days after they activate their service. Keep an eye on your referral status in your accounts or Starlink app. It's valid for them or for you. Oh, interesting was. Yes, did you get 29? Exactly, CompTech. I'll bring up my email client, dude. Let me just get back off that for a second. Where are we here? Let's get back off that and just go back down to where we were. I do believe you got that right. Thank you, Duncan. So let's just go back down to Daria or Justian. Read it again. The dashboard counter rose by 2 because it still counts every use of your link, so separate to the email, including ones that do not qualify. Only the single eligible referral produced the 210 credit and the email. Okay, then. I hate doing this on a live feed, but I'm going to bring up my actual email client. I'll just make sure that I cover some stuff up here. open up my mail clients and fuck it. I guess I could just show it to you. I'll close. I guess I could just. I've got sensitive information. I'll just have to redact some stuff here. I'm going to search for Starlink. Actually, if I just search. Okay, so I can do this pretty easily. I just searched in my mail client. I just searched for Starlink. Now, of course, it does. Can we make that larger? Oh, you can't make that larger. Bugger. Okay, so it does. This is a new Starlink message. These are generics, right? So I can just go through and just delete the Starlink. You have a new message. The ones that we want to see. Let's just get through all these new message ones because this is the most recent. Now, bear in mind, I have deleted a whole bunch of these, but there's one there. New message, new message, new message. Go back down. Okay, so we just go down here, I guess. So 1 month service provided. Another one. Updates to their own policy. 1 month service. Starlink. Oh, that's something different. Starlink. 1 month service pending. Payment reminder. Price adjustment. Payment reminder. Payment reminder. Something else. 1 month service. I mean, I'm not going to go through everything here, but yeah, and I'm just looking through what else is in there, but I have those emails come in. Now look, I showed you 5 or 6 of them, but those emails come in every single time. Like every time that the numbers go up, that email comes in. Darius said very clearly, only the single eligible referral produced the 210 credit and the email. So that means every time an email comes through, I should have been credited. Unless I'm dumb. You have the proof that you got many emails referring to credits. Exactly. And there's, if I went into my, I don't even know if mail client keeps the trash, does it? Because those ones, did I close it? Dude, I got to stop doing that. I close shit down when I'm on stream. I don't know why I quit my mail client. Is there a trash? There's a trash can in the mail, right? Yeah, of course there is. I've closed down this sidebar. Bin. I'm just going to, just out of curiosity, I'm just going to search Starlink. Dude, this is in the trash now, right? This is in the trash. So, 1 month of service pending in the trash. 1 month of service pending in the trash. 1 month of service pending in the trash. 1 month updates their own. 1 month service pending. So there's in the trash. They're everywhere. But basically, I feel like, and I can quit my mail client successfully because I'm not going to be in there again. I feel like at this point, I want to mow the lawn and go fishing. There is something like just reading this clearly. Starlink, you've fucked up here. Like by virtue, either what you're telling customers is wrong or your staff is incompetent and they're leaking sensitive information that shouldn't have been leaked. Because that does say only the single eligible referral, this is the one that's came in overnight, produced the 210 credit and the email. Nothing else beyond the original nothing else beyond the original 2 credits and the courtesy 630 plus 210 currently qualifies. Interesting. So it was one of the 2 overnight. So I said, so crazy how you are hiding all this. Unbelievable. Nothing is being hidden. One of the 2 overnight referrals fully qualified, which is why the 210 credit and email applied automatically. The others did not meet the rules. The dashboard counter rose by 2 while only 1 credit was issued, but the credit actually went up. The credit went in, yet the number, where is it again? The number went up by 2 from 29 to 31. Just fuck, man. The portal tracks every link used, including we know all this. I said months of service awarded is where Starlink comes unstuck. Why show invalid uses of the referral at all? The idea of none of my 29 users is valid is preposterous. Either way, Starlink is standing firm on this, and I'll make the video to educate my viewers as to this scam. Justin comes back and says the months of service awarded counter currently tracks every use of your link, including ineligible. This is a repeat, right? Only same country, Australia, direct Starlink signups. The eligible credits, blah, 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 blah. I said English is presumably not your first language, but it is mine. Months of service awarded. And I left it at that. And then this is how I said this ends kind of fun in a funny manner. So Justian, I got to give credit here to Justian. He copied and pasted this last message. Exactly word for word. Hello, Benon. The months of service awarded counter currently tracks every use of your referral link, including the ones that do not qualify. Literally the same. Currently tracks every, including the ineligible ones out of country. He just copied and pasted it. So I just did the same thing back. I just said, English is presumably not your first language, but it is mine. Months of service awarded. And that's where we've left this last night. But I do feel like right now, while we're live, we should be quoting back this absolute insight that Justian gave us. Where was it again? The email trigger, man. I want to get this quote. So we've gone too far back up. This part where he said the email was triggered. Yeah. Only the single eligible referral produced the 210 credit and the email. I'm just, look, this saga might not be over. I'm going to reply now and say, so am I to understand that an email will only be triggered when the referee is validated as, this is what they've said, right? Let's word this accurately. And if he says yes, then I'm going to say, dude, I've got the 39 emails then. Case closed. No further questions, Your Honor. The jury rests. I'm not the jury. You know what I'm saying though? Right now, we copy this. We go down to the bottom and say, where you've said, no, I just want to make sure I get this right. Can I confirm, how do I word this? This is the statement I want to quote back. Only the single eligible referral produced the 210 credit and the email. So an email is only triggered, not triggered, is only sent, SNET, is only sent when a referral becomes valid and credit is applied. Am I understanding this correctly? Only the single eligible referral produced the 210 credit and the email. So an email is only sent. I'm going to make this super clear, right? Put it on a new line. Get rid of that dash. So an email is only sent when a referral becomes valid and credit is applied. Am I understanding this correctly? That's if he responds yes, then that's case closed, right? Oh, that's not how you send it. Send it. Send it. Wow. I mean, there's no way I'm going to be able to do this in a minute, right? Look, I know I said I'd make a shorter video of this. I just don't think there's no possible way of doing that. So I'm going to try, and I'm going to just do this super quick. How we do this? I'm going to have this page open. I'm just going to recite or rehearse this. I'm going to say, Have you been referring people to Starlink and not being? I think Starlink's running a scam. The referral program is full of holes. I've referred 44 users and apparently have 31 months of service credit rewarded to my account, but in actual fact, I don't have those numbers. Apparently Starlink don't count correctly. That's what I'm going to say, something like that. I made a long form video of it. It's linked down below. Go and have a look at that video. This is just to tease you, to get you in. The long form has everything. Brick by brick, dish by dish. So I'm going to try to make this recording. I have this set up here, don't I? I believe I've got a system here to do a recording. So this will cut the chat and everything off. So I'll just do this quickly. I'll probably do 2 takes on this. Okay, hold on a sec. Hey, have you been referring users to Starlink and not getting the credit? Wait, I'll just test this. Yeah, that goes to there. Yeah, there. And then I can come back from there to there. Do we have this? Oh, we do have that. We do have that. And then to end it, I press. Yeah, that's right. And then it sits on this for a while. Okay, hold on. Okay, so I just wanted to make sure that I had all that right. So we'll just stop. We'll wait for this to end. Actually, I can just end it here by coming off, but I'll come back in and I'll do it again in a second. So I'm going to say, I'll just go straight into it. Yeah, I got it. Okay, I got this. Okay, here we go. Take 2 skins. Starlink math ain't mathing. It's not, is it? It's not. Okay, here we go. And 2. Hey, I think Starlink Referral Program is a scam. That's right, a scam. The numbers don't add up. Take a look at this. I've referred 44 users to Starlink and 31 months of service credit have been rewarded. There's the numbers, 44 and 31. But if I was to show you my button, fuck, I pressed the wrong button. Hold on a second. Cancel that. It's going to, okay, hold on. Stop recording. Okay, I'll do that again. Take 3. I want to make sure I can do this in like under a minute, and it's got to be succinct and it's got to be great and it's got to be convincing and easy. Have a sip of water. Okay, here we go. What? How did I start that one before? I said I think Starlink is a. Okay, I gotcha. Hey, I think the Starlink referral program is a scam. That's right, a scam. Take a look at this. I have... Are you kidding me? What? That button didn't work. Dude, start it again. Nice try, Netskis. Okay, I'll get it on this take. I'll definitely get it on this take. Take 4. Well, lucky 4 skins. Excuse me? Hey, I think the Starlink referral program is a scam. That's right, a scam. Take a look at this. I've referred 44 users and I have 31 months of service credit rewarded. Those words, months of service credit rewarded, 31, doesn't actually mean 31. In fact, what that means is anything. Starlink chooses it willy-nilly, basically. Now, I have made a long-form live stream showing everything about this situation. There's no way I can tell it to you right now. I do urge you to go down in the link below, and I've timestamped where that live stream starts into that section. Go ahead and watch all that because it is interesting. Spoiler alert, Starlink doesn't do math very well and they don't do English very well, but they are putting satellites and rockets into space. That's a little concerning. I'm sure there's other people out there that have got an issue with the Starlink referral program. Please make a comment, take a look at the live feed. Have yourselves a lovely time. I've really got to fix this ending, but this is where I just put I'll probably put a link to that live feed right here somewhere. And a subscribe thing. Do all that. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, cool. Succinct. Not really. All right, we're good. The outro was longer than the piece. So yeah, that does conclude the Starlink situation. It's time for a beer, right? It's definitely time for a beer. I'm going to go and get myself a homebrew, and then we can come back and you can tell me about how I've done it all wrong. Okay, if I've got that wrong, let me know. Okay, we'll reconvene. I'll restart it on Valora. That was short and sweet, nice, cool. I'll restart on Valora. Actually, I'll do that right now. I'm also live on Facebook for the first time, but Facebook UniChat doesn't come through. I'm going to restart it on Valoran Skins. And then, I'll go out and grab a homebrew, put on a sweater, and I'll come back and you guys can say, nah, dude, you've got that all wrong. Everything you said there, well, it could be. I mean, I get a lot of stuff wrong. Enjoy some surfboarding. I'm not doing the gag where I pretend I'm not aware that you're here when I'm putting my hoodie on. I'm just going to put it on. Comtech, maybe the Tesla AI doesn't know about Starlink terms of service. What are you talking about, Tesla? Netsky, let us know about the merge with Beam. Dude, that's interesting information comes out this week, didn't it? Some big streaming news. Pilled and Beam merged, or I guess Beam acquired. Oh, dude. So much sand just came out of this. Sand came out everywhere. Yeah, Beam acquired Pilled. I wonder what's gonna. Okay, let's crack a beer, a homebrew. Hell yeah! I feel great now that we've done that. I feel really good about making that video. And when I say video, I mean this stream that included that spiel. I feel really good about that. Like I've done the right thing, right? I pumped out a referral, people used it, and Starlink are fucking me around. I feel I've got an endorphin. No, not an endorphin. A dopamine. An endorphin hit. Yeah, that's right. What is it? What is an endorphin? Where is the announcement? I've got to go to Twitter, haven't I? Twitter. Oh, let's go to the Twitter machine. Oh, actually, it brought up ChatGPT. Tell me, fucking, what am I doing? Open a beer, man. What are you doing? Fapping around. Prost. Not exclamation, pour. It was good. You did it for sure. Yeah, thanks, Netskis. Thank you. I don't like this new Beam chat. I like my chat, but it's not finished yet. Cheers, users. So let's go across here. Tell me about the Beam/Pilled merger. I wonder if it has anything yet. No, it's not finding anything because it's brand new news, right?
Space, the final frontier.
The final frontier. This is very recent news, announced on the 6th of August. Pretty recent, pretty significant for the independent live streaming space. What happened? Beam Media Corp and Pilled signed a letter of intent to merge into one company. It's not yet a completed merger. The deal still needs a definitive agreement, board approvals, due diligence, and the usual closing conditions. The announcement says the combined ecosystem has a reach of nearly 12 million peeps. Are stickers small? They are. Yeah, they're smaller. They are smaller, Doug, in the Beam chat for sure. Yeah. Not in my chat though. They're going to be great. Let me just grab a sip of beer. You know why so much sand came out of my hoodie? I was out collecting firewood for a big bonfire. We do a yearly. It's usually around my birthday time. We do a fire pit on the land here, and you know where I live, right? On the ocean side here. And once a year, I go down to Crookhaven Heads, and I collect driftwood, all the flotsam and jetsam, and I bring it back and stack it and dry it out, and then we have a kick-ass fire. So I took Poopsie down there this morning and we collected wood. Or she played on the beach and I collected wood. And that's what I was wearing this, and just a whole bunch of sand came out of here. Loaded the entire of Govan chock block. I took all my bedding out and loaded that thing up with driftwood. The two companies are coming at live streaming from somewhat different directions. Beam's big strength is infrastructure. Beam describes itself as a live streaming technology company founded on multi-streaming to dozens of platforms, unified chat, low latency streaming, creator monetization, AI-powered features, a global CDN, proprietary faster than light low latency network. I mean, while we're here, let's take a look at beamstream.gg. I am currently using the multi-streaming feature of Beamstream. For your information, Valora tanked again. Did it really? That's a real shame, dude. I'm really upset about that. I'm just gonna go into the Discord. So this is the third time? Okay, you got here second. Wait. Dudsty's got in there. No, it seems good at my end, dude. It's up. Wait.
Grab it and cherish it.
Grab it and cherish it. Oh, it says I'm live, but it's not quite live. I was going to post this up in the I was going to say I'm having a lot of disconnects. Disconnects on my stream for some reason. Only Valora is acting up. I'm gonna have to restart it again. Actually, this is a good chance to show you how that works. So this is the BeamStream multi-streaming platform. Valora here, I'll just turn it off. So I just turned Valora off. Leave it for a few seconds. Crack the jack. And then turn it back on. So that does send the feed out to Valora. And I'm for the first time ever, I'm using Facebook natively in here. Kick, Vaughn Live, Blaze, Arena, VP Zone, Nemo TV, Pilled, Rumble, Odyssey, BitChute, the other one's up the top, Beam itself, YouTube. Yeah, there you go. They're on my platforms. Pilled is going to be the big winner for this. Mind you, I wonder how much they're paying Pilled to grab the tech they use. Look, here's my take on it. If this... Oh, by the way, we didn't even finish reading the merger. Let's finish reading the announce. This is just from ChatGPT. The interesting part is Beam's infrastructure goes into Pilled. This is probably the most important sentence in the announcement. Pilled will gain access to Beam's high-performance global CDN, content delivery network, and faster-than-light network. What about... I want to ask... Wow, it's got a lot of information here. Just calm down, ChatGPT. Is there any indication of one platform disappearing into the other? Because a merge, the way this is worded is a little bit sort of, I don't know, argy-bargy, because a merger means the two companies become one, right? An acquisition means one bought the other. In this case, Beam bought Pilled. But a merger tells me two things are going into the one thing. So that means we won't have two, we'll have one. Right? That's what merger means, yeah? So one of them's going away. Is it going to be Pilled that goes away in favor of Beam? Or is it going to be Beam that goes away in favor of Pilled? I would think it's going to be Beam. I would think it's going to be Pilled that goes away. The word merger means two or more into one, right? Yes, you're right about the normal meaning of merger. Two companies combine into one corporate entity, although the brand product doesn't necessarily have to become one platform. Did you see the picture they posted on X? No. Melbourne Doug, I'm over on Pilled as I've had trouble with Valora all afternoon. Yeah, I'm sorry to report that. You're right there, Doug. Valora's having problems. That's a real shame. That's a real shame. I don't know what to say. It's down again for me. This is the fifth time. Yeah, that's bad. That's real bad. But back to this. For Beam and Pilled specifically, I'd be careful about assuming that Beamstream, GG, and Pilled.net are going to become single consumer platform. The wording of the announcement matters. It says Beam Media Corp and Pilled LLC sign an agreement to merge. It describes a combined ecosystem. It talks about integrating infrastructure. It doesn't say that Pilled will shut down or that Beam will shut down. But that's what that means, though. There's an important wrinkle. I'll just post tacky stickers if that's all right. Yeah, do it, Doug. Do it. If Beam's tech is being described as infrastructure that Pilled will use, that could look like Beam is becoming the tech layer behind Pilled. But that doesn't necessarily mean Beamstream disappears. They could maintain two brands and products under the same parent company, much like a company can own multiple streaming services. Okay. What I'd be watching for, if they intend to collapse the platforms, I'd expect future announcements to contain language such as Pilled will become Beam. Yeah. Got a link to the actual announce? You got a link to the actual announce? It was a tweet, wasn't it? Oh, it was a press release too. There we go. Access Newswire. This is a press release. Beam Media Corp and Pilled LLC sign agreement to merge. First of all, who is behind this? What is All Access Newswire? Who we are? What is Access Newswire? We're proud to be innovators, disruptors, and passionate advocates for our customers. Okay, so it's a news distribution network. So where did they get this from? Oh, source Beam. So Beam gives them this press release and they post it. Brent Barry, the press contact, Senior Vice President of Marketing at Beam. Okay. Netsky's got a link there. I'll grab that link from you, Netsky's. Let's tab that out now. It's very AI, isn't it? Beam and Pilled have signed an agreement to merge, bringing together their... See, that sounds like they're going to be one. I did comment on this tweet, I believe. Beam, stronger together, built for the future. Beam and Pilled announced merger. One vision, one ecosystem. It's going to change, dude. I said, what about DLive? Could have saved that place too. This person says, what is Pilled? Okay. Tits out for the boys. Making strides. This is great. VP Zone, another platform. Let's go. Awesome. Everyone's loving it, right? Good news. It sounds like, what did Pilled say? Does Pilled have a Twitter? No Pilled Twitter. What's Pilled looking like after this? I mean, Pilled looks horrible, doesn't it? It just looks so horrible, dude. Doesn't scroll in properly. Ugh! Compare that to Compare that to the beautifulness of Valora. How beautiful Valora looks when it works. Oh, that's a shame, isn't it? Oh, that's a shame. Can't get a stream up. That's a real shame. Oh, language warning. Muted hard.
Oh. This holster for a second pistol, holster for a long gun.
Anyway.
This is tough.
We were reading the press release from Barry Bazaar. The combined organization reaches 12 million people across live streaming ecosystem. Dallas, Texas, Access Newswire, Beam Media Corp, a next generation live streaming tech company, and Pilled LLC today announced that the companies have signed a letter of intent outlining their intention to merge into a single organization. The proposed transaction brings together two companies with a complementary technologies, creator communities, and strategic vision. Together, Beam and Pilled have a combined total reach of nearly 12 million peeps, creating one of the largest independent creator-focused live streaming ecosystems. The companies intend to work together immediately by combining strategic resources, collaborating on product development, and integrating infrastructure. Pilled needs a lot of help with that, right? This just looks absolutely clunkified. This looks like MySpace, you know? I got notifications. I'm live. This looks like MySpace. Shut up. I'm live. I love this. Doug's got a split. No worries, Dougski. Thanks for hanging out, man. Take care, skis. Add a sticker on the out. Where are the stickers? Is kangaroo for good luck. Jumping Roo. Yeah, they've changed the size of those on the Valor on the Beam chat, haven't they? Back to the media release. As part of the proposed combination, Pilled will gain access to Beam's high-performance global content delivery. We've read all this in the Beam was founded on the belief that the future of live streaming is one of openness rather than fragmentation. Does that mean that does that mean Beam's gonna buy up more companies? You know? So no fragmentation, no others, just one. That's from Angel Munoz. Pilled has built an exceptional platform and community. Together, we believe we can accelerate innovation, strengthen our tech, expand our reach, and create significantly greater value for creators and viewers. Matthew Webster, the chief executive officer of Pilled, added, "This combination represents an exciting opportunity to unite two companies that share a commitment to creators and independent media. By combining our communities, technologies, and resources, we believe we can build a stronger platform with a greater long-term opportunities for everyone involved." The proposed transaction remains subject to the execution of definitive agreements, board approvals, customary due diligence, satisfaction of customary closing conditions. Interesting. Is there any indication of how much? Is there any indication on how much Beam paid to acquire Pilled? Because that's what this is, right? Without breaking it down, they just bought a company. It's like Apple buying out competitors, right? Such new news, it can't find anything. I cannot find anything. We do not know. There's another thing I'd like to investigate. You want to investigate? Let me do the investigating. Given how small and niche both companies are compared to Twitch, YouTube, Kick, I'm curious about the corporate mechanisms of the deal. If we can't find Beam's corporate filings, Pilled LLC records, or statements from their founders, we may be able to work out whether this is effectively Beam buys Pilled, therefore Beam shareholders retain control, Pilled owners get Beam equity in cash, or is Pilled buys absorbs Beam. Yeah, because it's not actually, it's not quite clear, is it? It doesn't say who did what. Or whether it's a genuine 50-50 mash. Interesting. Interesting. We don't need to dig into that any further because, I mean, it's such... We love it. We love it. It's such new news right now. I'll go back on record and say it's a real shame that Beam make changes to their thing without telling you. Like this chat that they rolled out today or yesterday or whatever, it just came as a surprise, right? Like a new chat and the other one doesn't work. That's a shame. I'm just looking at the Beam here. There's been a few things change on Beam. I mean, there's still a lot to be said about Beam, right? Still got work to be done on the Beam machine. I don't know. I don't know what to say. I mean, you want my opinion on this? I guess I'll just give my opinion and then we'll get out of here, right? We'll wrap it up. I mean, if this, look, I think Pilled is interesting. I feel like I don't like the platform. I think it looks horrible. I think aesthetically it's clunky and lame, but I do understand that it does have quite a strong there is a large fan base on Pilled, and it is because it's that, you know, politically charged content. People, you know, the people want that sort of that place to be able to get deep into the conspiracy theories and spend their time wondering. Yeah, look, it's not for me, but I understand that it's important for some people, and this platform fulfills. It's kind of like what was that place? What was that? Dude, I'm drawing an absolute blank here. It wasn't that long ago. Netsky's there with Gloria. Oh, by the way, can you, while you're there, can you just trigger a like send an emote from Beam? Beam. I haven't looked at their new chat yet. Do they still have emotes and stuff? Beam chat. We got emotes and shit. Global emotes. Yeah, they look cool. I thought their emotes system is pretty. I mean, it's pretty childish, but they do. I mean, they serve a purpose, don't they? Why has that one got a background though? That's weird. These all have backgrounds? Yeah, they're not quite opaque, are they? I see that they got free on them. Interesting. They're not opaque. What else? What was I saying? So my take on this is, if the technologies do merge together to produce something better, then I'm happy for that. Like I don't mind if Pilled goes away, I don't mind. If Pilled disappears, I don't mind. If Pilled gets pushed into Beam, I don't mind. If Beam is intriguing in the sense that you're getting a somewhat robust product for a very affordable price. Multi-streaming to all these different platforms for what is it, $65 a year, $95 Australian a year? Like that is cheap as shit, dude. So you're not gonna find it any cheaper than that. That's all I use Beam for. Now we took a look at it. Beam is a platform with, like it's got a leaderboard and it's got, I mean it's a live platform, right? Like you can scroll down and find different streamers, and it's got it is everything you'd need from a live streaming platform, but it's just not as cool as Valora when Valora works. Netskis, you haven't tried other features on Pilled like Messenger and calls and panels? I haven't, to be honest. I don't need to make calls, and I don't need a Messenger app. I mean, it's cool that they've rolled that out, and I don't need to do panels because I've got my system. I've got my setup on Discord and everything. But look, this is weird because all creators will not all. Most creators will take usage. Most creators will use that stuff and they'll take advantage of it. And so therefore it's good that it's there. It's great that it's there. Like this platform, Pilled, is there for people that want it. Me personally, I don't need that. I've got my system set up how I like it. But I do absolutely understand that it's valid, and for those that need that, that's great. Yeah. Chat to another person is cool on your platform. Well, you know what, man? You say it. Let's take a look at it. Let's try it. Maybe the ads on Pilled will go away after the merger. Oh, okay. Are there ads over here on Pilled? You know what? You talked about the chat, the feature. Let's take a look at it. I'll zoom right in so we can make this clear so everyone can see it. Unfortunately, it doesn't quite like the zoom feature. So where is the chat feature here that you're talking about? Let's do it. Let's chat to someone. My @tags, gold pill donations, leaderboard. Let's take a look at the leaderboard. Leaderboard. This stream for the year. These are the top donators. Maddie and Extra Alien and Just Rev. So where else should we, is this the chat? Can I get rid of that now? Why can't I get rid of that? This is, why can't I get rid of that? Pilled, muted hard. I never see ads on Pilled. Where is, what's going on, dude? Where is the chat feature? Notifications. They're weird notifications. Messenger. Check out the Messenger and conference. Okay. General group. Who's this? Oh, this is, yeah, okay. So we did message someone. Yeah. This is Net TV. Well, that was funky. I don't want to use that camera. I want to use that camera, and my audio is going to be test mic. Test mic. I don't know if you guys are going to hear that. So this is how you, I guess I'm calling you. That looks horrible, dude. Cam off, leave call, share screen, hide panelists. What did that do to my main camera, though? I don't think Netsky's wanting to have a call. Well, that's how that would work if it did work. But what did that do to my camera there? Yeah, it did something funky to my camera. Who are you calling? I called you, man. I called you, dude. Why did that, it just changed my camera layout. That's better. I called you, but you said check, open your menu on the 3 bar. This menu up here. This menu, Messenger, Shorts, Home Posts, Shorts, Messenger, Alerts, Conference. Create a conference call. Just bump thee back into there again. I want to choose a different camera. Just choosing the wrong camera. We'll go with MacBook Pro camera. Speaker, we'll go put it out to the stream. I don't have a what to answer. Join call. Why did that not grab my... Camera off, camera on. So what we're seeing here I don't know. Okay, so we'll cut out of there. But what we're seeing is that I guess the idea of that is that they have a native in-app panel system. So that is, like I said, if you need it, it's pretty rad that it's there. And look, to be completely honest, that's the stuff that we were asking for from Tidy on DLive. Not that I was, but people were. I mean, look. The way the timing of DLive dying and then people rushing, or not rushing, but people wondering where they're going to go. For me, it just coincided with, hey, I was on Valora from about October, I think, last year, and the way that popped up was kind of like, I just saw another output on Beam and I was like, what's this Valora? I'll start multi-streaming over there. Then my bitrate was too high and just the way that all that kind of worked together, and yeah, and then DLive, it was all over and people were like, well, where are we going to go? What are we going to do? And I was like, well, man, that Valora platform, like it's pretty rad. Like it's clean. It's beautifully designed. The people behind it, Corey, they're beautiful. They want to help. Like he reached out to me a bunch of times. Hey, why is this not working? And it seems like your bit rate's too high. And just before I even knew what was happening, I was being embraced by someone, the owner, the CEO, the head dude of a new platform. And I was like, even though I don't want to do the starting at the bottom and, grinding from zero up again, I know that I want to keep streaming. So I'm going to make one of them my home. And I looked at Pilled. I looked at it and I was like, dude, this place looks horrible. Like, just visually looks disgusting. So I got turned off. I'm a visual person and I got turned off. And I got turned on by Valora. So it doesn't bother me that, like, it I know Netsky's mad hole for Pilled, like, and by the way, for your sake, Netsky's, I hope that it stays around. You know, this new merger announced, like, if what's going to happen if Beam takes Pilled under its wing and they become one, you lose Pilled, right? What does that look like? Like, what do you do then? Do you just go to Beam all the time? You wouldn't, right? No, I don't know. Yeah, Comtech, an in-platform conference and messaging system. It's pretty cool. Like, I'm not denying it. Okay, this could be the greatest news ever because Beam acquiring Pilled could mean that it gets a rehash, and all of a sudden this clunky, lousy layout crap goes away, and we get a beautiful laid out platform, an innovative new platform with all the features. With all the features that you want and all the cool content that you want. Hey, who's this dickhead? You know, that could be what happens. But this merger could be the greatest news for Pilled and for Beam. And I'm just saying, if they've bought Pilled, why couldn't they have bought DLive? What did they actually on that tweet? On that tweet, that was interesting. Where else? Yeah, I said, what about DLive? Could have saved that place too. This is interesting. Angel said, hi Gibbs, we tried reaching out to DLive and they never responded. In fact, we posted about their closure and tagged them. I know that they did. They said DLive announced the platform will be ceasing operations and their top-up function, including subs, has already been discontinued. We don't rejoice these casualties as a healthy ecosystem benefits everyone. Beamstream GG20 will be announced soon. So were they saying, or was Angel saying that they reached out to them in terms of we could buy you? So does this, you know what, is it wrong to, I can't respond, I'm not signed in. Well, you know what, I'll just sign in to GivesAMinute. Can I respond to this and say, because it's the way that Angel's worded this, we tried reaching out to DLive. Now, why would they reach out to DLive when DLive is announcing their closure? Why would they reach out unless it was to purchase, right? But DLive never responded. I'm going to respond to that and say, it sounds like they tried, Netsky. That's the way I'm reading it, yeah. I'm going to respond and say, are you saying you were willing to make an offer for DLive? An offer to acquire DLive? Get it cheap is likely why. Well, they never responded. I wonder if yeah, I mean, that's a fair point, Netsky's. Maybe Angel said, look, we know you're closing, so we'll give you, you know, a token amount, just whatever. Instead of just disappearing, we'll give you $5. You know, I'm being silly, but not the value of, you're already going away. So do you want to go away and put a little cash in your pocket, or do you want to just go away? Because we'll give you a little cash. We'll take it. They never responded. I wonder if Angel offered an amount up front or just said, hey, before you guys close up entirely, let's talk about acquisition. Let's talk about what would that road look like? He didn't quite say that though. He's a little cagey in his tweet, right? He said, we tried reaching out to DLive, but in response to me saying, what about DLive, could have saved that place. So in response to them saying they've acquired Pilled, so they bought Pilled, what would you do about D-Live? Well, we tried, but they never responded. So then I said, are you saying you're willing to make an offer to acquire D-Live? Interesting. It does, by the way, you know, I've poo-pooed their new chat all day today, but as I've watched this stream, I kind of like that color. The white font looks kind of nice. I don't know. Maybe I'm liking that. I'm just going to check if pilled okay, D-Live alerts come up. Oh, what about this? What about if I trigger an overlay? Community bot. Shit, I had to choose that one, didn't I? Fuck you, man. Fuck you. Okay, so that's cool. But what about have they patched in all of D-Live, all of Valora's cool stuff like this? No, they didn't. They didn't patch that in. What am I talking about? You want to see something cool, man? Look at my chat overlays. Check this out. This is my chat overlay. This is what my overlay is going to look like. It's going to have all the Valora features, including animated emotes, dancing chicken for one. It's going to include all these cool message effects. This one's called Azure. That looks rad. It's going to include a chat overlay that comes up on screen for this kind of thing.
I want to mow the lawn and go fishing.
In chat. Oh, also it's going to have...
We're going to have a little fun. Have nothing else to do, so let's have a little fun, right?
Right. It's also going to have these overlays that come in. Where are we? Where else shall we go? Oh, I've got an alert here. Oh, okay, cool. Where? I've got a... What am I looking for? What am I looking for? We got this... This is what I'm trying to find. Stream alerts. I've set up myself a nice little stream alert. Are you kidding me? Here we go. So whenever there's 6 of them, someone sends a vault. This is a test vault. Check this out.
Mayonnaise! Wow!
Now there may be... Oh, there's a double up there. Are you kidding me? Oh, it's because it's live. Yeah. Oh, a critical hit over on Pilled. I guess that's a critical hit. Interesting that doubled up like that. But that's because I'm live. And we did see earlier on this very stream, we saw that come up with a... But we didn't have the chat come in, but we did see this. Oh, wait, did that only come up once? Oh, you know what it is? Oh, it's come... I know. Okay, it's my bad. This one should be double as well.
Mayonnaise! Wow!
Okay. So yeah, that's how I've set all that up, and I mean, I created that little Valora.
You have to see it. It's very cool.
It's very cool. Thank you, Comtech. Yeah. My chat is I'm stoked. These are the old D-Live alerts.
Something's just tickling my nasal passage. Passage.
Something's just tickling my nasal passage. Passage. Remember that one? I had to put that in there, dude. So we got the new follow. We got the subscription one? Did we do the subscription? I think we did the subscription, right? Yeah. The old subscription alert. The gift sub, tickling my nasal passage. This is me sleep talking.
Something's just tickling my nasal passage. Passage.
Passage. The resubscription. This is one we haven't heard yet, I don't think.
I just want to tell you how it feels.
Jayski, I just want to tell you how it feels. Jay just needs to tell us how it feels. That's the resub. And, a raid one. A raid. Oi! The old raid alert. Oi! Always liked that one. And the Volts one is the new one.
Mayonnaise! Wow!
Well, mayonnaise, wow, is not a new one, but old mate there on screen is. So that's my chat alert. What else have we got to show you? We've got...
Mayonnaise! Wow!
Oh, shit, there's an actual real one. Yo, Comtech, thank you for the volts, man. Comtech just sent 100 volts. Didn't even wait for it to clear out, man. Thank you, dude. Take a look at these, man. The alerts, they're big, they're loud, they're heavy. Well, they're not loud, there's no noise there, but raid the Valora emotes and alerts. And if you want to grab my attention, you can send it with, oh, this one looks rad. Rainbow. Check this out. Rainbow effect. Yes. The other one is Gigantify. Allows you to send a message with a large emote. Let's say you wanted to promote your favorite streamer. You could do it this way by grabbing 2 of their emotes and making them bounce on the stream. That's called Gigantify. And all these things are native to Valora. As you can see in the Beam chat above me, no animation, but the Valora chat does include those animations. There's also galaxy effects. This is Nebula, just a little standout, little galaxy effect, little star trails behind and stuff. Interesting, just to highlight this and that. And what will happen here in this overlay, this obviously will bring in all the platforms in the same bubble effect, but you won't have the ability to do all these cool things unless you're in Valora. But I will give you a link to grab this chat and you can pop this chat out and so you can see all the cool stuff as well. Yeah. I've been really busy with it, and I'm gonna wrap this up here by saying my take on Netsky's just popped one in. I just moved off there. Thank you, Netsky. Yeah. My take on because I've been doing this now for I guess about 2 months, this vibe coding, I find I don't like it. I'm going to put that out there. I don't like it. I've been more angry than I ever have been at my computer because of vibe coding. And it's the way that AI can easily get stuck in a loop and throw you, like, can waste your time. Even though it's kind of a weird thing to say because it's wasting my time, but it's doing it because of the thing. It's doing it because of what I give it. You better make it so it works on Pilled as well. Maybe they will buy your script. It'll definitely work for Pilled. Yeah, so the trouble is the AI only operates on what you give it. But if you give it the wrong thing, it just gets stuck. And so what I've learned is that it's better to walk away from it. If you're at a point where it's like you keep updating and you keep node index.javascript and you keep nano index.javascript and if you know what I mean, if you know what this is, you know what this is. But if you keep doing that over and over and over and over and it just you keep getting these log reports that are not working, it's like the only thing that's going to solve this is if you walk away from it and come back and give it a different prompt. Because in most cases, in particular with, I'm having a lot of trouble right now with a platform called Blaze.stream. I'm having a lot of trouble interpreting their dev docs. And I've been asking in the Discord too, and they got a little snappy. They're like, the docs tell you all this. I'm like, you know what? I've given the docs to my AI agent and hasn't really been able to work it out. So either you've written them badly or my AI agent is having a bad time. But what I've discovered is if you walk away and come back and you think about it differently, then you'll ask it a different question and that question may get you over the line. Yeah. Comtech, good morning. Oh, wow. Interesting. Comtech, okay, why did that sticker not come up? That sticker didn't come up in my chat. What sticker is that? Good morning sticker. Is that interesting? We've got an issue here. That must be is that a global emote sticker? I want to see what that is. It's called 56. Copy image address. Where did that come from? That's a Comtech emote. It's a shared sticker on your channel. Okay, see how it comes up in my overlay as a shared sticker from you. Interesting. Good morning, Comtech, good morning. Okay. I'll have to fix my code to make sure it pulls in shared stickers. We don't want that to come up like that. I don't want to launch with a half-baked product. We want this baby to be fully baked. Netsky, I've been making a new website for my bro the last 2 weeks. Google AI was so amazing. Helped me big time. Code so many things. Yeah. Wait, your sticker has audio as well. Now, interesting. Okay, Comtech, let's try something. Here, where else? Here is the Valora chat. How can a sticker have audio though? Actually, that's a very good question. Can you just trigger that again in Valora? Yeah, send it again in my, there it is, but no audio. Yo, Ansim, how you doing, man? I hear you. Yeah. No, we're not talking about my audio. This sticker that Comtech sent has audio apparently. I just looked up at the.
Good morning.
In that. Okay, hold on a second. In that sense. Interesting. Yeah, I see what you're saying, Comtech. So that's a sticker with audio when you send it as a paid sticker, right?
Good morning.
Yeah. Comtech sticker is showing locked for me. Interesting, Netskis. I know. I believe I know where that comes from. There is a section.
At ID Digital Agency, we're not perfect, but we're aware. You can listen to a past episode or get in touch with us over at ID Digital.
Over at? Yeah, I'm looking at emote stickers. Enable emote sticker. Yeah. Global emote. Okay, so they are there. I have them set as well. Test sticker. Oh, but you can't see this. Sorry, I thought I'm on the wrong screen here. This is in my dashboard. So I have test stickers. No stickers available for this channel.
Gang bang! Gang bang! Gang bang! Gang bang! Gang bang!
Of course, it picked gang bang.
Gang bang! Gang bang! Gang bang!
Of all the ones that could have picked it, picked gang bang.
Gang bang!
Seriously, of all, it chose a random sound alert on mine, and it chose all gangbangs. Yeah, you heard the good morning. The trouble is, it wasn't displaying. So if we go back to here, in this chat, which now I've popped out too far, I'll just drag that off the top of the Squazzle Muntadazzle. In my own chat overlay, this one that looks like this, when Comtech sent his own sticker with sound, it doesn't matter if it had sound or not, it didn't display the sticker or the emote like this. It actually just displayed, there it is again. So I've got to work out how to pull in other people's emotes so that they display correctly in my channel, like it does here above my head. Because I've got that as my own sticker. This is me displaying it. So that does work in my channel, but if Comptech sends it from his own, his own section, then it's got to come up as well. Yeah, I get it. I mean, I can work that out. I'm thankful that you did that because I haven't seen that issue come up yet. I guess all this stuff pops up when you are live, like you only kind of see this stuff when you're live. Just out of curiosity, when I go here and look at message effects, I'm not asking you to pay to do this, but just to check and clarify, if I go down to send a message, I'm rolling in new sense my overlays for my stream. Nice one, man. And I go down to these special effects. They don't cost anything for me. See how it says 0 volts? But can someone just check if you click on it, is it got a volt amount there? Because I didn't set these to cost anything, but it might cost something. But I just love how they look. I love that little overlay to stand out. Like if I'm sitting by a campfire and I'm watching my chat. Only you see that for free, Ansim. Okay, so how do I set those costs for that then? How do I set the costs for that? Because I want those to be cheaper or free. 50 volts. Holy moly. Okay. Oh, Comtech did? No. Wow. Okay, so it comes up. So is that Nebula? I think that's Nebula. Thank you there. Thank you, Comtech. I think if Pill got rid of the box around the message on here, that would make it look way better. The box isn't from Pill. The box that's Beam's new chat. So Comtech. So Netsky's, when I have all of my chat coming in, it'll all follow this bubble effect. That's why my unified chat it'll just be like the Pilled logo and it'll be in the same bubble. And it will drift in and out like this. All of them are showing 50 volts. Okay, interesting. Okay, I guess there's no... Is there a way for me to change that? Alerts and rewards, chat overlay. Alerts, rewards. I guess it's under here, right? Stream alerts. You can change the value, can I? Volts menu redemptions. That's the only one we've got here. No impilled screen chat. Oh, okay. I'm not looking at that. Gotcha. Sounds. These are all effects 50 volts. Thank you, Ansim. Thank you, man. Settings. It's got to be under here, right? Manage prices. Here we go. Yeah, cool. Okay, here we go. Oh, wow. What? These are all other people's. I can change the other price. I can change the price of other people's stuff? Huh. We don't want to do that. Sounds only. What did I do? Oh, I just turned them off. Stickers, sounds, emotes. Go to messages. I got a message. Oh, I can only choose one. Oh, okay. Can only have one. I'll just save that. I forgot we've got a great messenger system here on Valora. Message from Comtech. That's 3 months ago. Nope. You meant go to messages here, right? I think because of the latency. Schedule, analytics, community, monetization, alerts and rewards, chat overlay, VODs and clips, alerts and rewards. It's got to be in here, right? Channel points, vaults, sounds and stickers. Konnichiwa! Konnichiwa! Didn't hear that. Interesting. I got a little yellow dot on my stream manager. What's the dot for? The dot just means I'm live, I guess. In the Discord. I'm digging it, man. I'm sorry, I'm just digging it. I'm digging on it because of how rad it looks when it comes up in my chat, you know, like, yeah, I've spent a lot of time working this out, and yeah, I just love how, I don't know, like even just the simple things like,
I love you though. Thanks for watching and happy dreaming.
The subtlety of the, you probably, I don't know if you can even tell, but it's just pulsing, like the image pulses. It just pulses.
We're going to have a little fun. I have nothing else to do, so let's have a little fun, right?
Now you are seeing that twice on screen, but that's okay because that's just my old chat. Also, the new my custom chat is the one that we're going to roll with. That's 100%, and we're going to put that up on the screen properly. But then there'll be other blah blah blah. Ansim, all vaults 100% donated without cut. Yeah. No, that's a feature on Valora. I love it. Yeah. Hey folks, I think we're going to wrap it up here. I was starting this stream off in a bad mood, and I think that was necessary for me to be able to get to where I was on the content, the Starlink stuff, you know? Like, oh, by the way, did we get a message back from them? Yes. I got a message back from Starlink. Let's take a look. Before we get out of here, let's take a look at Starlink. Let's get that out of the way, sorry. Let's go to messages in Starlink. This will be interesting. If this message confirms...
Darling, is the wind blowing today? I'd like to watch television.
Is the wind blowing today? If this message confirms... So just to be clear where we're at here, if this message says that a email is only triggered when a valid referral is made or confirmed as valid, then I should be able to claim all 29 of those because I've got all those emails. Let's just see what my take on this is. It's not going to say that, but let's take a look. Royce just said your issue has been escalated. We'll provide you with an update as soon as possible. So they're digging in because they know that they've been got, right? Only the single eligible referral produced the 210 credit and the email. They know that they've been got, man. Are you on Starlink? Not right now. Only on my IRL streams. Only on my IRL content. But I'll definitely keep you updated with when the actual response comes through from Starlink. But thank you all for being here on the stream today. Hopefully tomorrow I'll be in a better mood. I'm in an okay mood. Good night. Thank you, Ansim. Thanks for hanging out with us for a little while, and I appreciate you all, and I hope you have a great time doing whatever it is you do when you're not here with me. Doing the thing that you do. You do it, and I'll see you next time. Hell yeah. Duncan, the entertainment value of the clunky Starlink Saga is through the roof. Let's get reckless in this. Reckless Ben wouldn't touch this. It's too lowbrow. Not lowbrow, it's too small.
chillin' IRL, catching all the rivers. Walking in the chat, bringing loss to the grind.
I'm out of here.
Sipping Jack Fine. Gives a minute, yeah, we take our time. Fucking Starlink, living in the moment. Settle rhyme. From the land down under, streaming through the night. New Zealand's vibe, surfing waves day to night.